I'm joined by University of Central Oklahoma sophomore running back Jayce Gardner. Jayce, thank you for taking the time to talk to me today. Could you start by telling the viewers and listeners a little bit about yourself?
Like you said, my name is Jayce Gardner. I'm from Moore, Oklahoma. I play running back for UCO, and I'm a kinesiology major in my second year in the class, but first year on the field.
During your time at Moore, when you were before you got there, they were a program that hasn't had a whole lot of success, and then you and your class got there. I think made the playoffs 3 out of 4 years. How were you all able to kind of turn that around?
Doing that, we all kind of decided to do that from a young age. We stuck together through junior high and kind of made a statement. We're not going to transfer to schools like some of these Westmore kids was doing, and we just decided that something important takes time to build, and we have no problem taking that time out of our process, and that we were all just going to stick this out as one goal. And so I can't. It's not even just me. Kids like Daniel Highshaw and Alex Baxter, Cole Karn. Those guys too. Know those dudes. Those that's my family right there.
Um, so I want to go to senior year because there was two things. The first thing was I don't know if you remember, or you probably do, the stiff arm you had against that poor defender against Union. I don't know if you recall that when you stepped on the man into like oblivion. Uh, you don't remember that?
Mm-mm,
You
mm-mm.
remember the stiff arm? It was a road game at Union. It was like a nondescript run play. You think you broke it to the left hand side on the outside, and you stiffed on the defender like 2 or 3 yards, like you almost pushed his helmet off.
It was
Oh,
at Union. It was at
yeah, yeah,
Union.
yeah. It
Did I
was,
get
yeah.
on like the 4 yard line?
It was at Union. I think you got pretty close to scoring on that.
Yeah,
Because
I know you're talking about.
you know what
I
I'm
know
talking.
you're
Okay,
talking
good.
about. Okay, I know you're
Okay,
talking about.
good. Uh, so yeah, could you just you just like walk me through that? Like, was there just did you just decide at that point I want to end this man's career? I mean, because you could have gone with like a truck or a juke, and you kind of just broke the man's neck. So I just want to know, was there thought into that? Was it spur of the moment? What?
No, it was. I feel like football is something you kind of got to bring a little bit of attitude into, and if you don't, then it'll show. And so I think my stiff arm is one of my greatest things about me, and so I have no problem just going for the straight uppercut and just I have no problem breaking necks, no problem.
Now, you also have though tremendous balance. I don't know the touchdown you scored against Missouri Western. You were like right across the side, you right by the sideline. The angle from the stream, it was like you went into a pile of guys, and you came out, and you were like right by the sideline, and you ran it into the end zone. And I noticed this a lot when you were in more too. Just you run with good pad level, but like you have really like impeccable balance that a lot of running backs don't have. What do you kind of credit to that?
I'll probably say my legs. I have really big legs. And so I definitely think that, that balance probably comes from them. I think I also have a lot of good ankle stability. I do a lot of ankle work. Alvin Kamara is one of my biggest inspirations, and he has great balance. And so I stay in tune with a lot of the workouts he does. So I got to give credit to him for that.
And then the playoff game against Edmond Santa Fe, you kind of had you feasted in that game. What was working for you that night? Because they really could not stop you. So I was wondering what was working for you.
I think that night it was just one of those things where they were like, you know what, we're gonna shut number two down. And if you key on one, something's gonna come through the back door. And I think that just happened to be my position. I think they kind of took me for granted on that. I think they kind of underestimated me. And I think I can prove to be pretty lethal with the ball in my hand. But same thing goes for Daniel Highshaw. If they were keying on me, then he would have gone for 330 that night. We just kind of had that tangible duo. If I have a good night, he's having a great night. If I'm having a great night, he's having a good night. There was just no lows with us. It was either, him holding me up or me holding him up. That's just kind of how it worked.
And you're also one of these running backs that, at least in my opinion, you seem to get stronger as the game goes on. I just have how are you able to do that? Because a lot of guys, especially the way you run with such physicality, would wear down throughout 4 quarters. But there were several times, not only in high school, but this past season, where in the fourth, you just turn it on to a different gear. How were you able to do that, and what, I guess, helped prepare you for those, grueling 4 quarter stretches?
I just try and approach every single quarter as if it's the start of the game, honestly. I think that's the best thing to do. Every single drive, you always kind of want to have an upper hand. And I think if you just think punish every single drive when you go out, then you'll truly punish. And that's always what I say to myself. Even if you might not get a yard, make sure you may one do not want to hit you as hard in the next play. And it's just from there on out, it just keep going. It just keep going. It just keeps going. I'm sorry.
Now,
Couldn't find the word.
you're good. Now, your recruiting process, at least from what I could tell on Twitter, it seemed like it was kind of slow, and then it seemed like a couple of weeks, maybe a month before signing day, I noticed you started posting you had got more offers. So, what eventually led you to choose UCO?
UCO, I mean, they were very loyal and very dedicated to me. I very much wanted to take my time with the recruiting process, and they very much were understanding of that, and they're very patient with me. And they also spoke a lot of the qualities that I look for in a team, which is loyalty. And from day one, that's all I saw from them, and so I knew that my priorities aligned with theirs, and I was like, this is the team where I want to go for sure.
Now I asked your teammate Dante McGee about this, but as an incoming freshman in 2020, when the season was canceled, I how was that experience? Because not only were you not playing a sport, I imagine that you played a lot of years straight, but you're also having to adjust to college life and adjust to college. So, what was your experience like?
I would definitely say college is a big adjustment compared to high school. Coming in, I was very eager to play, and I thought I was going to play my freshman year right off the bat. Fortunately, COVID kind of took that away, but I just saw it as another chance to, get better and, just find out what we can improve on. And, as a personal standpoint, I just wanted my body to grow. I wanted to get stronger, faster every single day. And so that whole year kind of prepared me perfectly, I think, to get me right where I thought I needed to be.
And what did you do from the standpoint of getting your body right during that in downtime, I guess?
A lot of stairs. I'll say that. A whole lot of stairs. Stairs are my favorite form of conditioning. I think it's the right amount of explosiveness that a running back needs. And I did stairs every single day at the end of a workout. Any workout that has some type of explosive speed work, I was doing. That's what I think my game needed was that little bit of speed, little bit of takeoff. And so that's really what I kind of emphasized.
Then fast forward, you have the scrimmage exhibition game against Southern Nazarene, your first college action. Just talk about what that experience was like for you. Were there any nerves? And did it go as well as you thought from your performance standpoint, as you had expected going into it?
Going into it, I wasn't really nervous because I mean, you only get nervous at things you don't know, I feel like. And I felt mentally I was well prepared. I just wanted a moment, and at the time I got my moment and I used it to my best ability. Going in, I didn't realize I would have a 90-yard game with the amount of time I was given, but you make things work and I think it worked out perfectly. I think we showcased a lot of good talent, especially Steph.
Yeah, he had that 4 quarter comeback. And then so you have that running back room from that time till start of the season. There was some guys left, some ways shook out there. So you start the Missouri Western game, your first meaningful college game. Uh, at that point after San Nazarene game, were you like, okay, I know what to expect now. I can handle this, or was there still some, I don't want to say question marks, but like, what was there any uneasiness, I guess, left uh as far as you adjusting to the college game?
At that standpoint, I really had a bag on my confidence. I really didn't question the game as if am I good enough? Am I strong enough? Can I compete? I really questioned it as how far can I go? And I think when you switch up your mindsets with, I knew I was going to be able to do something. I just wanted to know the impact I would have. And the first game coming out, I didn't really feel like I showcased my ability as to the extent I wanted it to, but throughout the season, I think we definitely saw that.
And at what point during the season would you say that you reached, I guess, a level of play that you felt like was appropriate to your standards?
I would probably say Fort Hayes. Fort Hayes was like my real game going in. I knew that, Peyton was actually going to be out that week. I knew that I would have to take a lot of the carries. And so that week, I was just mentally preparing myself. There is no fold, there is no coming out. I have to be the guy this week and to just do whatever my team needed me to do. And that's kind of the preparation and the maturity where I realized, I kind of, hit another level up kind of.
And then you had your first 100-yard game in the 40-point win over Northeastern Eastern State. Uh, what did that? I don't, if anything, what did that mean to you, and what was working for you so well in that game? Because you were having a lot of success running the ball. What was working for you against Northeastern State?
I thought I just kind of found my rhythm. I thought I kind of had them figured out. I noticed that they were kind of crashing and they were kind of flowing quickly. So if I kind of just followed my blocks and just eased in there one more second, I would be able to follow my tunnel out. And I, if you go back and watch that game, which I know you do your research. I mean, you're crazy, man. Uh, that you can definitely see that they were starting to flow too quickly, and I kind of picked up on that.
And then, well, I think if it still had question marks about you at that point. I think the game against Washburn in the fourth quarter, last couple of drives before you left with, I think it was like an ankle. You were carrying the offense. You were running over people, running through people. Uh, in that stretch, what was working for you in that case?
I would definitely say that I kind of knew we were down, but I knew that if there's any time to shine, it's now. In the moment that your team really needs you. So I was just like, you know what, let's just unhook the trailer and just let's just go out there and play and have fun. And I feel like whenever you really relax and settle into the game, you play better, and that's definitely the case for me.
And then you finished your season. You led the team in rushing, and you were second in touchdowns with six. You only lost like 14 yards on 107 carries, which is actually really impressive. How were you able to do that? Because I know that there's times you get stuffed in the backfield, but you're still able to make something out of nothing. How are you able to do that?
Just don't go down. That's as plain as that sounds. That's really all it is. Just there is a certain aspect where you have to understand where you do have to go down and not to lose a certain amount of yards. But I feel like if I can break that first guy and those kind of guys like, oh, he's in the backfield, he's going down, then you use that underestimation to your advantage and you just keep pushing and see what you can make out of nothing.
So off season hits, uh, new coaches come in. How has that been so far with the new with the staff changes? Are you has the team back to well to it? Is the offseason training going good? How is that whole process of kind of learning them learning you going so far?
This has definitely been a very mental off season, I think, for not just me but my entire team. I can definitely tell throughout the last few months we've just grown together like insanely. It's definitely a team-led team, and I think coming out next season, a lot of people are going to tell it's very team-led. People like Buckeye, you know, me and Buckeye, I've known Buckeye since first grade. That dude, he's really just become a vocal leader in the locker room, in the weight room, and I can't wait for people to see that on showcase for us because I really think it means a lot to have all these changes come around and to us only grow closer.
And then I know when last season, before the season, when I talked to your former coach, Coach O, he mentioned you came in one day and said you want to be on the list of All Americans that have played here. What do you feel like you have to do in order to achieve that goal?
Stay strong-minded. Anything you really believe you can do, you can do. I'm kind of down right now with some injuries, kind of on the Not the 2022 I expected, but I think I can definitely get there through just the right mentality and just I know my teammates are going to be there to push me. I'm gonna push back, but I know that not just me, but I think I plan to be an All American. I would very much like to be, and I don't think I'm gonna be the only one up there.
Um, yeah, and the room now is you and Peyton. I guess now would be the elder statesman. I guess so. What from a leadership role, both you and him have now. What do you feel like you have to do in order to help get the running back room, I guess, as one and get them on the same page?
I definitely think, Peyton being the senior guy, me and him are gonna have to kind of, work together in establishing not just ourselves in this room, but as an offense entirely. In the past, running backs haven't been looked to, be the guy to make the plays. And I definitely think that's going to be a big change this upcoming season. And I definitely think that, besides me and Peyton, you're definitely going to see a lot of big contributors in the running back room.
Okay, so now I know the team goal obviously every year, win the conference, go to the playoffs. But as an individual goal for this coming season, what do you hope to accomplish on a personal level?
Standpoint. I mean, yards wise, I always want to have a lot of yards. Yards make touchdowns. Yards win games. I want 1,500. I'm gonna be honest. I want 1,500. Other than that, I want to be the best teammate possible. I want my teammates to be able to say that there wasn't one time I slacked and there wasn't one time I didn't have their back. That more than anything, being the best teammate possible. That's my number one goal.
Okay, and before I get you off here, we do this. I did it with Dante. We do this all the time. Just filler questions, just kind of random questions. Get to know you type questions. So, who is your favorite sports team? It could be basketball, football, baseball, doesn't matter. Who's your favorite sports team?
Titans. The Titans.
Okay.
The Titans. I'm a big Derrick Henry fan, and if I wasn't going to say the Titans, I would say the Chiefs. My whole family's from Kansas City. I love the Chiefs. I love the Titans. Those are my two teams. But if they play, I'm voting for the Titans.
Titans. Okay, so as a Titans fan, are you on the Ryan Tannehill bandwagon here, or do we feel like he can get the job done, or do we need an upgrade at that position?
I don't think Ryan Tannehill is a bad quarterback. I don't think he's a great quarterback. However, I definitely feel like the running back room for the Tennessee Titans have been carrying a little bit. But I mean, shoot, I wouldn't mind Aaron Rodgers suiting up in a Titans jersey.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Never know.
Okay, see, your favorite hobby outside of football?
Favorite hobby, I was probably playing video games. I'm about to start streaming here in a little bit, so yeah, definitely playing video games. I'm a huge gamer.
Okay, what you stream? So what do you stream?
Call of Duty, Warzone specifically, but I've been playing this new game called Dying Light 2, and so I'm really getting into that.
Okay, so you stream on what, Twitch?
Yeah, Twitch or Mixer. I haven't started yet. I'm about to get my camera. I'm waiting for that. But no, it's coming. I got clips. I'll send you some.
Okay, hey, yeah, we'll get that out there for you. Okay, didn't know the man was a gamer here. Okay, so from a gaming standpoint, then, what is the best game you ever played, and what would you say is the worst game you ever played?
That's a good one. That's a great question. Best game I've ever played, hands down. Gotta be Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is a classic. Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3 is probably one of my favorite games of all time. I remember just hopping on after high school or like after getting home, and that was just my go-to. Black Ops 2 will forever be untouched in my heart. That game is that. It's like that. That's my childhood right there.
And the worst game you've ever played?
Worst game. Probably Cyberpunk. That game was trash. I had to get my refund on that one. Literally, that game was so trash. They were handing out refunds, and I best believe I got mine. I got my 60 back and spending on something else. That game is trash, bro. I don't know what they released a half game. It was half a game. It wasn't even a full game, man.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they were gonna patch it in. You get updates, right? You could
No.
have just
I
now.
paid
Okay.
full price for a game. I should get a full game, is all I'm saying, not half.
Okay. Let's see. So, favorite TV show.
Favorite TV show. Ooh. Right now, Peacemaker. Peacemaker's tough. It's on HBO Max. If you haven't seen it, I very much recommend it.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Favorite musical artist.
Favorite musical artist. I have J. Cole up right here, right? But there's two more posters you can't see. One's a Lil Uzi one, one's a Tyler one. But I'm gonna say my favorite artist is Lil Uzi or Lil Wayne, probably.
Okay. 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 Old Lil Wayne or new Lil Wayne?
Oh, Lil Wayne. Oh, by far. Oh, by far. No diss to new Lil Wayne. New Wayne hot. New Wayne hot. That his music is tough, regardless. But old Wayne is untouched. That's the best rapper alive, right there. Old Wayne is different.
How? I guess big question.
How is it different?
Right, in your opinion.
Oh, his flow back then was just nasty. That dude would hop on any beat and just tear it up for 2.5 minutes, regardless. Now he's a lot more, I want to say, reserved in how he raps. I feel like he's not the same Wayne, but he's still cold. He just toned it down just a little bit. It's not much of a tone down.
Okay, so then your favorite Lil Wayne song?
Ooh, Nightmares at the Bottom, by far.
Okay, that's
Nightmares at the Bottom.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. Favorite food?
Favorite food. If you ask my mom, she'd probably say cookies, but I'm gonna say French toast. French toast is my favorite food.
French toast. Okay, so with cookies, are we going chocolate chip?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip. Okay.
Chocolate chip. Oh yeah. Chocolate chip cookie guy, all the way.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, do you have any pregame rituals, routines that you normally do?
Pre-game rituals. I always pray before my games. I pray for myself, and I pray for my teammates, and I pray for my opponent's safety at all times. Besides that, I'm always bumping Lil Wayne on game day, and I'm bumping Kanye in the morning. Kanye is always my morning vibe on game day, and then it switches to a little bit of Drake and Uzi, and then right before the game, only Lil Wayne. Only every single game day.
So you had to ramp that up.
I don't miss. That's the same game day music schedule every Saturday.
Now is it the same exact songs or do you mix it up?
Nah, so how I started off, I'm usually up by about 8 a.m. on a normal Saturday game, right?
Mm-hmm.
First 2 hours straight Kanye. I go in, I go in, I do all my stretches, I get loose, listening to Kanye. I'm relaxed, okay? And then pause. Now I think about that. Pause. Pause. And then right before, right after meetings, right when we're chilling, about to put our pads on and stuff, like when I'm getting ready, Uzi, Drake, all the way, I'm turned up. Right before we walk out, only Wayne. Only old Wayne. Only old Wayne.
Yeah, we have to clarify that.
You have to clarify.
Clarify. And then I noticed you have that long arm tattoo. What exactly is that?
Oh, right here?
Yeah. Yeah.
I got Isaiah 41:10 right here.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lion right here. Yeah. And then I got right here, it says one God, one King, one Son.
Mm-hmm.
I got John 3:16, and then I got the touch of Adam right here.
Okay. So do you plan to get more ink, or are you gonna just call it good with that?
I had money saved up to get ink, right? I had my whole chest planned out, everything up to about right around my neck. I had everything planned out. My dog went and got parvo, and so I had to pay $600 in hospital bills. So then plan went down the drain. So
Uh,
It is what it is. Little bro's kicking it still. He just turned 1 not too long ago, so I'm happy.
okay. What kind of dog do you have?
He's a Belgian Malinois. They look like German Shepherds, but they're kind of like smaller and more muscular.
Okay. Um, I think that might be it. You have a message to the fans. What they can expect from you this season.
I'm not gonna say what you can expect from me because from a personal standpoint, I always plan on coming out and performing and doing my best. But as a team standpoint, Broncos 22 is not going to be like any Bronco team you've ever seen. We got it all. We got quarterbacks, we got wide receivers, we got a great defense, a great O line. I'm just telling you, everyone in the MIAA should be scared.
That's true. And you brought that up, which does remind me to ask this question. You faced that defensive line, all right, Michael Slater, Robert Fuentes, and company. That that is a very dominant physical group. So I've got to ask, but in practice, what is it like going up against those guys?
Um, at first, very intimidating, but I love those guys. I'm not gonna lie. Some of my closest friends on the team are D linemen. I love my D line dudes, and I feel like that type of talent that we have at our D line. Whenever our O line plays someone else, I feel like they're nowhere near as stellar as ours. So I feel like it's always kind of toned down a little bit when we get in the game. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen a better defensive line than ours. Ours is Michael Slater, Rob Fuentes. Shout out Deion Woods, miss you, bruh. All those dudes, stellar dudes.
Yeah. No, I was blown away actually by the line this year, especially against Northwest Missouri in that first half. Yeah, that was some impressive stuff. Well, Jayce, I appreciate you taking time. I know very busy man in the middle of semester and weights and all that stuff. But like I said, if you ever want to come back on and promote your streaming and all that good stuff. You're more than welcome to. I had a great time, and I wish you nothing but the best this season. Hopefully, you can reach that 1,500-yard mark, and we have a rebound season, and all goes well for you.
I appreciate that. Hey, let me know if you try and hop on the game sometime. All right.
Oh, I will do that. I will do that.
Let me know.
All right. Thank you, Jayce.
No problem. You stay safe, man.
You too.